Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today, man, we're going to be talking about a pretty insane drama that has been going on. I don't even really want to call it a drama. I don't think this is like a normal Twitter back and forward or like some creator getting exposed, nothing like that, right? This is just blatant insanity. I mean, we're talking about something here that's just, in my opinion, completely unjustifiable, and I don't understand. There's some people that are trying to, and to be fair, they are probably the vocal minority in this whole situation, but there are genuinely people out there trying to be like defensive of Sniperwolf in this situation and trying to like basically act like she didn't do anything wrong. And I just don't really understand how someone can come to that conclusion when you actually understand what just took place, right? So this whole situation is between two YouTubers by the name of SSSniperwolf, also known as just Sniperwolf, and Jacksfilms, okay? Now these are two extremely, immensely popular creators. Both have had millions of subscribers on the platform. Both of them have been pretty relevant creators, right? I think a pretty good amount of people watching this video already know who both of these people are. So it's really just between these two. It's kind of like an old school YouTube drama in a way, right? Because these are two creators who've been established for so long. These are like some of the names from even back in the 2010s that are kind of coming back around this time. But basically, like, I guess SSSniperwolf got really upset about the fact that Jacksfilms has been making videos about her, and she apparently was doing some sort of shoot that was in his area, I guess, like his city or something like that, and she decided that it would be appropriate to drive to Jacksfilms' house, basically like record/take pictures of the front of his entire fucking house, and then publish them to her Instagram page with millions of followers, trying to like coax him into coming out and talking to her, quote unquote. The whole situation is just actually fucking insane. Like there's no way around it. This is some of the most insane, deranged behavior I've ever seen someone take place in. I mean, it really is indefensible, but like I said, people are out here trying to fucking defend the whole situation, right? So to, I guess, kind of get this whole thing timelined, right? This all, I guess, quote unquote, started over the last few weeks/months where Jacksfilms has made a bunch of videos basically talking about how Sniperwolf is allegedly stealing people's content with her reaction videos and is just blatantly committing copyright infringement, and nothing is really done about it. So SSSniperwolf for years now has been doing, you know, the quote-unquote reaction content, and I say quote-unquote reaction because it's just like everybody else, right? They're not actually reacting to the content, they're not using it in fair use, they're not building upon it, they're not really doing anything with it, right? They're just basically recording someone else's content that's viral, recording their face cam, barely saying or doing anything to make it any different, and then just re-uploading it onto their channel, and, you know, oh, it's not your video though, it's me reacting to it, yeah. No fair use, no actual transformation of the content, anything like that. But she's been getting called out for this for a long time. It's not like this is anything new, right? She's been shit on by a lot of people, and I think rightfully so. I feel like if you're a quote-unquote content creator who your entire job is to make a, let's say, 19-minute video of you reacting to an episode of Dragon Ball, right? Okay? And 18.5 minutes of that video is just the fucking clip of Dragon Ball running with a still image of your face while you're going, oh wow, that's crazy. Oh my god. No way. That's not really reacting to content. That's not making anything fucking new. Now, I know a lot of stupid people out there on the internet can't really understand that. They can't fucking get that through their brain. They can't figure that out. Funny enough, 99.9% of the people who can't understand that this is not legitimately creating content don't actually create content themselves. Go figure that that would be the case. But yeah, Jacksfilms has been making a bunch of videos making fun of, essentially, Sniperwolf for this, and like, you know, basically making the point that I think is, I would say, the popular objective opinion here, right? Like, you're committing copyright infringement, you're cheating people out of content, and it's low-effort shit, and you should do better, right? That's basically the whole point. It's not like Jacksfilms is, you know, filming her fucking house, or like publishing her docs or anything like that, right? So Sniperwolf didn't like the fact, I guess, that Jacksfilms had done this, had been making these videos, and so she posts this picture, which, by the way, is now edited. These white boxes that were there on the screen, they were not there in the original picture. And obviously, the caption says, "Let's talk like adults," and she @s him. So she goes to his house, unannounced, uninvited, anything pretty much, right? While Jacksfilms is in the middle of streaming, takes a picture of the front of his house, which is now completely identifiable for any of her millions of followers on Instagram that she posted this to. And she posts this shit, and she, I guess, thought thought that she seemed like the rational, normal human being here, right? Like, she got mad that somebody was basically memeing her for her reaction content, right? And so her answer was to just literally show up at this person's fucking house and harass them, right? So obviously anyone with like 6 brain cells would be able to piece together that this is just unacceptable, right? Like, it would be one thing if Jacksfilms had like challenged her to show up to his house or something, right? Like, if we're talking about a situation where someone's like, oh, pull the fuck up then, bro, here's my address, come see me, bro, something like that, and then you like show up or whatever, that's different than just showing up to someone's fucking house because they're critical of you online and make videos about you online, and then just like taking pictures of their fucking house and putting it on your story for millions of people to see. There's nothing even remotely comparable about those two things. So obviously, Jacksfilms did not request for any of this, right? And the backlash was quite immediate once Jacksfilms published a statement about it. So I'm showing you two different things here, actually. So at the bottom, you'll see Jacksfilms' initial reply to this. And then after I read that, we'll take a look at Sniperwolf's response to him. So Jacksfilms replied to her doxing him by saying, SSSniperwolf just doxed me on Instagram, creepy, gross, violating. What you do is disgusting. You steal content and stalk YouTubers. At YouTube, demonetize this dangerous, quote, creator, or just get her off your platform. She posted an IG story right outside our house and deleted it. She then responds with, this creep has been harassing me for months, and then plays victim, saying I threatened him when I just wanted to talk to him. I have no ill intentions. It's so sad when people have to constantly create drama to pay their bills. Alright, so like every single sentence in this statement is just ironic as fuck. She's calling Jacksfilms a creep because he made YouTube videos criticizing her. I guess too many for it to be acceptable to her online or whatever, right? And so she shows up to his fucking house and takes pictures of it and puts it on the internet, and she's calling him the creep. She's saying he's the one harassing her. Like, the lack of self-awareness and, like, intelligence here is just fucking, it's so blatant. I mean, Jesus, man. She is now playing victim, saying he, you know, I guess harassed her for months or whatever. She's acting as if she showed up there in good faith. I have no ill intentions, says the person who showed up uninvited to a fucking YouTuber's house to publish pictures of it all over her fucking Instagram story and trying to like sidewindedly confront him at his house with no fucking preparation. Yeah, he's the weird threatening creep in this whole situation, you moron. It's so sad when people have to create drama to pay their bills, says the person who steals everybody else's fucking content. Like, you're sitting here morally grandstanding like, oh, look at these drama queens trying to create drama to pay their bills. Meanwhile, you're literally target number 1 of copyright infringement on the fucking internet. You've made millions of dollars stealing other people's hard work and doing nothing else to actually fucking extend it or make it different in any way. The most like popular moments of your career have been ones where, I don't know, you ghosted a dying cancer patient you promised to hang out with. Now you're showing up at YouTubers' houses and shit. Like, yeah, they're the ones that need to be called out, right? Yeah, they're the ones who have some sort of moral ambiguity to the shit that they're doing online, right? Now, of course, Sniperwolf also then took again to her Instagram story, right, to defend herself, because, you know, anyone with, once again, a fucking brain would be able to tell that what she did was not only, like, mentally disturbed, but it was disgusting, and it was very obviously doxing, and it was very obviously malicious, too. And she responds with this. Accusing me of doxing is defamation. I have no idea how to dox. He literally posted his address on Google and said I threatened him and doxed him. My face when I use words I don't know the definition to. For something to be defamation, it has to be like a malicious claim that was created by people in order to like basically degrade your credibility. These are not malicious false claims. You literally fucking doxed him. I mean, you showed up to his house, okay? Which, by the way, how many people here knew fucking Jacksfilms' address before this, right? Knew what his house looked like. Even if he did apparently, quote-unquote, put his address on Google, which still doesn't give you the right to show up unannounced and fucking, like, take pictures of his house and try to, like, confront him offhandedly. But even if he did, right, how many people knew that address or knew about any of this until now, right? So, obviously, it is fucking doxing because she went, found his fucking public info. She then published it on her platform and showed up at his house. Like, that's pretty much textbook definition of fucking doxing. I don't know. I have no idea how to dox. Yeah, well, I guess this would just have to be the first time somebody's done something they never knew how to do before, right? You must be the first person in human history to use the excuse, there's no way I did something wrong. I didn't even know how to do it. I didn't know it was a crime. You must be the first person to come out with that one. So also, I just want to point out too, because I feel like people forget this, right? Because like I said, there's people fucking defending her, right? One of the big defenses that people are using, number one, is, oh, he made a whole bunch of videos about her. He's obsessed. He's been acting weird too, bro. Making YouTube videos criticizing someone or highlighting what they're doing is not justification for you to show up at their fucking home and take pictures of their house, you actual brain-dead idiot. Like, in what world are people using that justification, man? So, like, I guess now, for these people who are defending that, right, who say, oh, that's not really doxing, man. I mean, he made all these videos about her. Okay, well, let's say you make what I consider to be too many tweets about me, or too many videos about me, criticizing me or whatever, right? And I decide, fuck it, I'm gonna show up at your house and take pictures and videos of it and put it all over the internet for everybody to see. How many of these people defending her do you think would like that situation happening to them? Or even Sniperwolf herself, right? Do you think if she said something about somebody online and they took it wrong or whatever, and they showed up at her fucking home and were taking pictures and videos of it and whatnot, asking to talk to her, you know, she'd be completely cool with that, right? You really think that's how that would go? Because I'm starting to think maybe that's not exactly how that would go. Especially also when you consider the fact that this woman is considered a violent criminal. So I'm about to show you two of her mugshots, okay, for two different charges. First one here in 2013 is for armed robbery. And, okay, here's the second one, where she was once again arrested for fighting and disorderly conduct. So, I'm gonna go ahead and just add this to the entire fucking cake mix of bullshit that we've got going on here, right? Let's go ahead and say that Sniperwolf was a guy, okay? And we now had a man who Jacksfilms made too many videos on, I guess, right? And he didn't like that. So this guy then shows up to Jacksfilms' house, taking pictures and videos of it and putting it on the internet saying, hey bro, let's talk. And then you consider the guy who showed up at his house has previous charges for fighting and armed robbery. How many people do you think would suddenly be on the defense train of, oh, he's a harmless threat. He just wanted to talk. Why couldn't you go outside your house and talk to him? But of course, if it's some fucking 5'4", 100-pound woman who has an armed robbery charge and a disorderly conduct fighting charge who's doing the same fucking thing to you, then people online want to defend it with a, oh, but bro, I can fix her, dude. She's bad, bro. I can fix her, man. But he made too many videos about her, man. Like, dude, shut the fuck up, you absolute goofballs. So where do we go from here now, right? Because obviously this is disturbing, this is fucked up, and it should be a pretty blatant violation of pretty much anyone's moral guidelines. But a lot of people have been calling for YouTube to take decisive action against Sniperwolf for this, right? Because, I mean, if you think about it, this would set a pretty shitty precedent if YouTube didn't do anything about it. I mean, this isn't the first time something like this has kind of happened, right? I remember when the Act Man and Quantum TV were kind of beefing and whatever. Quantum TV doxed Act Man's mom, was calling her, harassing his family and shit like that, right? But in that case, YouTube didn't really do anything against Quantum, and that's what a lot of people have been saying is kind of like the predecessor to this, right? Because if YouTube didn't care then, why are they going to give a fuck that Sniperwolf, who is way more popular than Quantum TV, is doing the same shit to other people, essentially, right? Doxing them and fucking with them and whatnot. So ultimately, though, it's not a good precedent for YouTube to allow the idea that, you know, people can just show up at each other's fucking houses because, you know, oh, you said too many mean things, you made too many critical videos about me on YouTube, bro. You can't be critical of me on YouTube. If you do that too many times, doxed. I'm showing up. Like, what the fuck kind of idea even is that? What kind of normal, rational person does that anyway? I mean, you have 35 million fucking subscribers, millions upon millions of dollars just cheating the system and stealing other people's content, and you're wanting to throw it all away for what? Like, you're willing to risk it for what? Now, then there's also the overreaction, right? Because there's people who are saying like, oh, there's no way YouTube doesn't do something about this. Honestly, I'm not sure that they do. Would I support it? Very rare instance in which I would support YouTube going after someone like this, just because of the severity of the situation and how disgusting what she did was. But there's a lot of doubt that they will, right? So, I mean, it's just one of those things, and then people are also like, oh, dude, she's gonna get fucking arrested now. She literally just got herself arrested. This is illegal. I really don't see her getting arrested. I mean, if we're sitting here having the conversation of whether or not YouTube will fucking demonetize her videos, I don't think we're gonna have the conversation about jail time. Like, in reality, how many judges or police officers do you think really give honestly, and this is just the reality of it, unfortunately, how many of them do you really think give a fuck about an online drama where YouTubers are showing up at each other's houses? To them, this is a petty internet online dispute that really is probably below them. That's how they probably view this. They're probably more worried about, like, fucking murders and robberies and crazy things, right? Which, you know, coincidentally, she also might be a concern for some of these other fucking violent crimes too, but I mean, let's not really go into that detail, right? Let's not go into descriptions there. So, I don't think she's gonna get arrested. I don't think, honestly, she's gonna face even anything from YouTube. I mean, I'd be surprised if they did. It'd probably be the right thing if they did, but we all know how YouTube is, man. So, just an overall fucking absurdly insane situation. And just for her to continue to try and, like, I guess play this hand that, oh, I'm the victim in all this, right? It's just nuts to me, man. Like, oh, he made too many critical videos of me, so I published his address to the internet for everybody to see. What a fucking, like, weird, like, mental gymnastic to do. I don't know. But anyway, with all that being said, man, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel, follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at SubTheOptimus. Make sure to check out Shoptimus down below. Thank you to my Watch Optimus subscribers. Your support helps the channel tremendously. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus. Well, just completely stunned, to be honest, and signing out.